Hello and welcome to Reach Across. It's not actually Reach Across, it's Time Out with Paul Francis. So, I hope you guys are all good. I hope you are having a really good Friday night. Just looking out the window at the moment, it's got a beautiful, beautiful evening. The sky is kind of, I don't know, kind of really teal color. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous night. And here we are live, and I'm very, very happy to be here. I do hope you guys are having a great day. Oh, I can hear myself in stereo here, so I need to bring that right there. There we go. So, there we are. We're live, and you are live with Paul Francis, and I'm on my own. It's Friday night. What do you expect, Paul? You should have been here on Monday night. Monday night was a very kind of like wow night, wasn't it? It was. Oh, here we go. We got Sarah Louise. We got Kathy Hanley. Lovely to see you guys. Thanks very much for being here. Make sure you share the show, though. Tell everybody we're live. And here we go. Now, I'm here in the studio, and I'm watching myself on screen, and I am literally about 10-15 seconds behind. I know what I'm saying, then I'm seeing it happening on screen. So I'm about 10-15 seconds behind. Kelly Durant, hello, darling. Welcome to the show. Lucy, oh gosh. Mamie? Is that right? Norman? Lucy, I'm just going to call you Lucy. Welcome to the show. Lovely to see you guys. Please share. Tell everybody we're live. Now, tonight's a very formal night. It's not like Reach Across, Reach Across back on Monday night, by the way, just so you know, 7:30. And tomorrow you've got my lovely pals coming live around, well, UK time it's around 4ish, thereabouts. Roger and Faye, they will be live tomorrow. Well, in the United States it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. UK time is about 4, thereabouts. So watch out for those guys tomorrow. If I'm available, which is very likely I will be tomorrow, I probably will hop into the show. It's lovely to see you guys. Lucy and Mary, welcome to the show. And Lynn, by the way, lovely to see you too. Just pop you in there. Please share the show. Tell everybody we're live. Like I say, we were, the show was, Reach Across was obviously supposed to be live on Monday night, but obviously with the laying to rest of Paul Queen, it seemed very inappropriate to do a show, really, to be honest with you. And whether you're a monarchy lover or not, that doesn't come into play, to be honest with you. You should. I would show no less respect for any other member of the public, anywhere in the world. Who is part. Say, for example, part of my show or something like that. I would say, this is a mark of respect. We'll halt tonight's show, but we're here tonight. We're here now, so it's lovely to see you. Mary sent shared. Thank you very much, Mary. Invite all of your pals to come in now. Share it if you can with, especially with the groups that you're in. Now, you have to forgive my hand because the camera that's up here is kind of pointing up a smidge. So I'm going to bend it down. So you've got to forgive my hand for a sec. There we go. Let's see if I got that right. That's better. Loretta's come in as well. Hi, Loretta. Lovely to see you. Now, can you guys, is the volume good? Can you hear me okay? I just need to pull these buttons in the studio, and I really need to be checking that you guys can hear me. So, what do you think of the timeout background? Is it cool? Do you like that? Christine Halls has joined us. Hello, Christine. How are you? H2O. He's drinking water. Irishman drinking water should be getting some watching them, really. But that's it. Lovely. Keep the thumbs and the hearts coming. So you give the thumbs and the hearts, because obviously the only feedback I have from you guys is visual. Up until we move, Here's the great thing, okay? When we move, which is supposed to be in and around the 12th of October, I will be able to bring on special guests actually live in the show. So I will be bringing in special guests to chat with you guys and chat with me, and I can't wait. I can't wait. So once we have the new studio set up in the new buildings and over at the new house, literally sky's the limit. We got lots coming, and we also have a very, very big announcement. I suppose is a good thing to say. Good. Mary says the background is beautiful. Thank you very much. Lynn says the volume is okay. Okay doesn't sound good, Lynn. So is it good or is it it's just okay? It's just okay. I need to know is it good? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me great? Please just give me the thumbs up or the hearts, and that lets me know that you guys can hear me. It should be. You should be able to hear me clear as a bell because the tech here is a bit expensive. So anyway, so timeout. You know what I was thinking? When I was thinking about this, Tuesday night, I was thinking, okay, maybe I should say something middle of the week. Then middle of the week became too busy. Then I said I'd do Thursday, and then I thought, I'll do a show on Thursday. That's a really, really good idea. Okay, Paul, social secretary needed. You have your daughter's night at school. Well, I've told everybody I'm going to be doing a show Thursday night. Well, which is more important, your daughter or your show? Here we are Friday night. So, none of you would do anything less. None of you would do anything less. Volume is perfect, says Mary. Thank you very much. Holly, hi. Welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. Great to see you guys. Please share the show. It helps me a lot when you share the show. And if you can, share it in your groups. Share it out into your groups. And that's the best place for me. So, let's have a look. Now, as I say, I wanted to call the show. I was thinking about the show, on Tuesday night. I think I'll do Reach Across on later in the week, and I thought, I'm always telling you guys to take time out, and then I thought, everybody should really take some time out. That's a good idea. We'll call the show Time Out. So I used to have a show called Take a Break, and I had a few emails from certain television companies saying, you really can't call your show that. And I said, why? They said, well, we got a show in America called that. And I went, I'm not in America. And they went, well, you still can't. I said, well, I'll tell you what, you go ahead and take me to court. And then when the court says to me, I can't call it that, I'll not call it that. If they'd have turned around and said to me, hey, Paul, listen, the name of your show, is there any chance at all you might be able to possibly change it? I went, sure, why? And they went, well, because it kind of clashes with our show over here. Would you mind? I went, not a problem. I'd have done it. But when people threaten me, not a good idea. Especially when you're a big TV show, a big TV station, you got muscle. You don't. With the invention of the internet, it kind of put you all on the back foot because people don't need you anymore. They can create their own shows. Anyway, enough whinging. Onwards. So we the other thing I'm working on at the moment is the creation of a magazine. Yes, an actual magazine. Looking at that at the moment, we've actually started the idea of it. So it'll actually be a magazine that you can pick up in a newsstand. That's the plan, but initially it may well be an online magazine. So, but it will contain lots of information, lots of teaching elements, and all of the kind of stuff that you would want to possibly see in some of the publications that used to be on the shelves that aren't don't seem to be there anymore, as well as interviews, as well as hints and tips, as well as an agony aunt section, as well as what's on, where to go, interviews, all that kind of stuff. And we're looking at the magazine called Spirit Quest. Now, my show and my radio show is called Spirit Quest Radio, so why not have a Spirit Quest magazine? So we're looking at that idea. Some plans have already started, and the layout, the idea of how the magazine will look is already literally underway. And it's something I'm very excited about. But I will need people to be a part of that. I will need people to be on the staff, kind of, so to speak, once we get it going, because being able to run it solely is kind of impossible. Not impractical, impossible, because I want to give everything I do 100% of my effort and my time, but there's not enough of me to go around to give everything that I want to do 100%. So priorities will have to take place, but the good thing about having a publication such as Spirit Quest magazine is it's monthly, so I can contribute at least 80% of my time to it, because I can do it when I'm not at work, or in the evenings, or in the mornings. But when I wanted to, sponsors and advertisers, I'll need somebody to help me out with that. So if you want to be a part of the Spirit Quest magazine team, and you're really, really good at, say, for example, getting sponsorship and getting advertisers, then I want to hear from you. Okay, and email me at paul@paulfrancis111.com. So paul@paulfrancis111.com, or just go directly to the website, paulfrancis111, and click on email, and you'll still get to me that way. So really, really, really looking forward to getting Spirit Quest magazine underway. Now, let's have a look at who's in the room. Oh my goodness, loads of people have just joined in. Let's have a look. Sue, hello Sue, darling, good to see you. Jan Macon, hello Jan, how are you? Roger, there's my pal Roger. Good to see you, my buddy. I do hope you've been taking it easy. Don't have to tell you off. Take it easy. There's only one Roger Garza Senior, and I'd like that Roger Garza Senior to stick around for as long as possible. Kelly Durant, and let's obviously Holly and Sue. How exciting to see! How exciting! I bet Sue actually speaks. How exciting! I'm really in a Mickey taking mood tonight. Please forgive me. So, if you are good at getting advertisers and sponsors, then I do want to hear from you. And if you want to be part of the Spirit Quest magazine team, I want to hear from you. So that'll be underway. Now, Spirit Quest magazine, by the way, Roger and Faye, is going to be international, not just UK based. Alrighty. So if you want to be a part of the team putting that all together, let's talk about it. We could be, you guys could be interviewing teams in the United States, paranormal investigation teams, or interviewing individual psychics that you think cut the mustard, and mediums and things like that. And then doing research. Say, for example, a fantastic topic would be the Mexican approach to spirit, the world of mediums and psychics. I know there's what's it called? Day of the Dead, Day of the Muertos, or something like that. That's big. Obviously, we're heading at a huge speed towards Halloween. I'd like to try and get that underway. I'm watching my 5-year-old granddaughter. Can you say hello to Harper? Hi, Harper. Hi, Harper. Hello. Make sure Gran gives you loads of sweets, loads of chocolate. Hi, Vanessa Mail. How are you, darling? Good to see you. Welcome to the show. It's really good to see you. Thanks for being here. Now, I put a post up earlier on, yesterday, wasn't it? About is there people in your life who could do with a boost, who could do with a lift. Some of you kind of got what I meant, and some of you didn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm not on a judging, route. The idea that I meant was thinking about your immediate friends and family. Is there something in your friends or family you could do with like just a hello, hi, how are you? Just was thinking about you. Here's a wee phone call. Here's a wee text message. Just wanted to see how you were. Is everything good? How have you been doing? How you been getting on? You know, that's what I meant. You know, yes, there are people who should be on the healing lists, and as soon as you send me a message, I immediately put it on my ethereal healing list, and so I immediately connect in with the healing angels and say, please add this person to your healing, and off we go from there. So it's kind of an automation. Although that being said, um, having a healing book would be a really good idea for Reach Across when we do the show. So, Sue says, I would love to be involved in it. Well, fantastic. Absolutely. We will chat and let's see what we can do. I thought it'd be great. It'd be lovely. So basically, that'd be really good. I mean, I think we would need a good team, really. But it's got to be something that if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. It's kind of like I'm really. I was brought up by both parents, of course, but my mom was a nurse. Well, both my mom and dad were both nurses, and my dad was a business manager, and so it's been read into me that near enough is not good enough. It's got to be, if you're going to do it well. If you're not going to do it, then don't do it. So when I enter into an idea, if I say, right, okay, I'm going to give this a go, I really mean I'm going to make this work. And so I go flat out to make it work, and sometimes I can be a real pain in the rear. I'm not panicky, nitpicking or thing like that, but I'm really kind of like, let's do it right, do it and do it well. So Sue, I would love to have you on board. Thank you very much. So any more? Right. Okay. What else have I got? And well, there's another thing that's in process at the minute. I can't talk about until that process is completed. I can't even give you a hint, because if I say, "Oh, look, this is happening," and it doesn't come off, then I'm going to look like an idiot. So that's why. But it's very, very big. Okay, so that's currently underway. My dog Lola is very poorly. Sorry to hear that, Vanessa. She's just been diagnosed with Cushing's disease, and bless her. One of my guides, who is actually called, to me, he refers to himself as Frank. That's how he was introduced to me. Let me give you an idea. The guide came to me, and he had his head like that, and he had a hood, so I could literally see the bottom of his chin, just like this area here. So kind of like that. That's all I could see. And he just said, "Call me Frank," and I was like, okay. So I've been working with Frank, all my career, literally. Well, all my guides, with the exception of Philip, who came in about 5 years ago, but he's still with me now, still. So, and Margaret came in about 7 years ago. She's still with me. Margaret's very precise. No. You do it like that. She's very like that. So, she's the one that keeps me like from flying off in different directions. I go like that. So when I'm working, she's behind me, kind of going, no, focus. Sean is my master guide. I'll tell you what a great thing to talk about. I will explain why Frank is important for Vanessa's Lola. Right? So I work with a team, and I refer to them as the team. My master guide, my main guide, is called Sean. And she's a Celtic lady, and she's very, very Celtic in her ways. Very, if I mess about, I get a smack right in the back of the head. Kind of one of those. Pay attention, get on with it. Very earthy, very Wiccan-esque, kind of very, very spiritual, very, very immensely loving, and very protective of me too. And she's been with me obviously my entire life. So I've got Sean. got Frank, then I've got Chen. Now, there's actually pictures of Chen. If you go onto my the pictures of my Facebook, for example, and you'll see like this Oriental guy with smoke. That's Chen. So Sean, Frank, Chen, Blackfoot. Now, he is a huge Native American guy, big. Tries to give me the impression that he's a bit of a grumpy, but he's big. He always speaks to me like like that. He always speaks to me with like a gruff. On the odd occasion, he'll speak to me in like a normal tone. So, but he told me from the outset, he is there primarily for my protection. That's why I've kind of got no fear when I go into paranormal investigation, because I know Frank is literally right beside me. So then I got Margaret. Margaret was sent to me for no other words, discipline. Margaret was sent to me for discipline, and she is very school teacher-esque. She will say to me, if I have something in my head like, oh, I'm gonna, this is right, and she'll go, I don't think you're right there. You need to reconsider that. Or she'll go, no, you're right, stick on that line. She's school teacher-esque. And then Philip came in. There's Guy as well. Well, we'll get to Guy in a second. And Philip is kind of like, how would I describe Philip? Philip is very much, make sure you think of the other person's point of view. He's more of a mediator, a medium's mediator. He'll be thinking, don't think about more of their point of view. Don't just jump in because you know this. Think about how they might perceive it. He's very much like that. And then there's Guy. And Guy is the one that you see in me a lot. Okay. If you watch me live on, say, YouTube, for example, if you watch me when I'm on stage, you're seeing Guy. Guy comes very forward, and he's very, very sharp, sharpy, and chirpy, like this. He's very comedic, and he's very cockney in his way. He's like, wait, like, he's like that, and he's like, and so you can see each individual guide has a job within the team, and that's what makes it a team, because each one balances out the other. And Guy is very much, listen, we've only got an hour, let's get on and get this done. And Philip is like, come on, slow down, you need to think about this. And Margaret is, no, come on, focus. And Blackfoot is like, nothing's going to hurt you while I'm on board. And Frank, we're going to get to Frank in a second. And then Sean, who's always been, she's right there. I know, I can feel her. I've seen her many occasions. There's a really funny story about the very first time that I met Guy in a professional, Sean, in a professional way. I was undergoing, being trained as a medium, and we went through the training, went through all of the how to protect yourself and blah blah blah, and then we were going through the thing of meet your guides. So off we went into the meditation, we led guided meditation, and blah 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 blah, and of course Sean walked into the room and said, you know me, you've met me before, you've seen me quite often. Oh my god, yeah. However, when we were sitting in the class, and the teacher then turned around and went, okay, now I'd like you all to describe your guides. And I'm like, oh, please don't ask me. So they were going to one person, oh, I've got a Native American, and oh, I've got this person here, this old gentleman with a cap, and so on and so forth. I went right around and I go, please skip over me. And no, Patricia came to me and she goes, okay, Paul, off you go. And I'm like, okay, she's a busty blonde. She is. And of course, teacher looked at me and went, typical. But it's true. Beautiful white dress, voluptuous figure, long blonde hair, and that's Sean. In fact, if you look at the front cover of my book, The Little Book of Quick Wisdom, Sean is in it. There you go. So let's go back to Frank. Frank introduced himself to me, and he just said, "Okay, just call me Frank." So, for years and years and years, I was just going Frank, and it was like, oh gosh, a good 10 years in before I noticed that Frank always came forward when I was talking about animals or connecting to animals, or whether there was animals involved. Frank always came forward, and I was like, okay. And then one day he said, "Right, it's time," and he stood back and he pulled the hood back like this. And I went, I know you." And he said, "Yes, but you know me as Francis of Assisi. Saint Francis of Assisi, the patron saint of animals." "Oh my God. And you were my guide? Oh my God." So I started getting all flustered. He said, No. You just call me Frank." And so when I was talking just about Lola, Frank came close. Okay. So I've asked Frank to please run his hands over Lola for you and try and bring her comfort, try and bring her calmness. And you might see her get a wee bit tired. That's okay. Frank is just pushing beautiful healing energy into her for you, Vanessa. So don't get scared if she gets really tired. Okay, darling? Did I miss the session you were going on about meeting your guides? No, I was talking about my guides per se, but I haven't done the event yet about meeting your guides, so don't worry, I haven't done that yet. Okay. Maria says, Good morning, Maria. Welcome to Time Out. Now, this is not Reach Across, okay? It's not Reach Across. I will come to you with readings if something jumps up, like for an example, with Lola and Frank stepped forward, and I literally got the impression of running my hands all over her back and lower left hind area, and he's just literally pushing down wonderful animal healing energy into her. She may feel tired, she may get a wee bit sleepy. Don't worry, that's just Frank doing his job. Ready? Roger says, I shared the show. Thank you very much, my dear friend. Thank you so much. As I will tomorrow for your show. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, my dear friend Roger and his beautiful wife Faye will be live tomorrow in the UK time. GMT is around 4 o'clock ish. Okay, but it's 10 a.m. in the United States. I'm interested in your sessions, meeting your guides. My surgery has been cancelled by my cardiologist. Okay, Kathy. Well, there's always good reasons for things. I will be doing it. I'm not going to be doing it before we move, because unless things drastically change here, I won't be doing the Meet Your Guides until we've moved into the new house with the new studio, because everything will be set up professionally then. Here it's kind of like I have a mini professional setup, not my full professional setup with all the cameras, the lights and that, which will be in the new house. But here I've got like a fairly decent camera, top of a very well studio microphones, the studio Apollo twins, and it's at no point in speaking about this stuff because it's just boring, to be honest with you. Anyway, Vanessa, thank you, darling Vanessa. You are welcome now. You always will be. Lisa says, hi Paul. Hi Lisa, how are you, darling? Maria's loving the background. Thank you very much, Maria. That's the Time Out background. I can see 1 and 9 on your background. Oh no, you can't. What you're seeing is Vanessa, is your mind is telling you that that's the moon and what's called a camera flare, a lens flare. I see where you're seeing the 9 from, but it's not actually. It's a moon and a lens flare, but it's all right. You see what you want to see. That's the date my mom passed away. There you go, Vanessa. Well, there you go, the 1st of the 9th. If you've seen it that way, I would take it no less than a message. I would take it no less. I have taught you guys for the last God knows how many years, look out for every link. Not all of the links are big billboards in the sky. Sometimes they're subtle, like this. See, I didn't see that 9, I didn't see that 1, but you did. So well done, you. Well done, you. Very impressed with that. Need some water. I got a wee bit of a cold. Sorry about that. So I'm drinking lots of fluids. I'm trying to get lots of rest. So, if you guys got any questions for me, because timeout is literally trying to get you guys to take some time out and have a chat and just let things roll. Because when we're doing Reach Across, I've noticed everybody's all tense. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, I want to read again. I didn't know this. I need it," and you're all boom, 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 boom. So I want a timeout to be breath. Okay, let's just chill, discuss things, have a chat, talk about bits and pieces. You want to ask me personal questions that are spiritual related, that kind of thing, or what I like to do apart from the work that I do, then that's okay. I'm cool with that. Far away. I will be. I will tell you whatever you want to know. I have nothing. I don't think there's anything I've got that I would hide. So there we go. But Vanessa sees 109. I like that. I can see what she means. That where the crescent moon and the camera lens flare is, it makes that look like a 9. I'm looking at the screen behind me because I'm looking at a mirror reflection. I'm assuming that you made that the blue line looks like a 1, I suppose. Yeah, 1 and 9, first and 9th. There you go. There you go. That's a cool thing to see, and it's a beautiful message. Great message for you, mum, telling you that she's here. She's around you. Now we're heading towards October at a rapid rate of knots. I can't remember the Mexican terminology for it, but I do know it's a big, huge thing in Mexico. Dia de Muertes, something like that. Roger's probably just falling his chair laughing because I'm pronounced it. Like when Roger does his Irish accent, it sounds really Scottish. I've just probably made myself look like a complete rear end with trying to say muertos, and whatever the word for day is. But he's probably laughing. He's probably spat his coffee all over the screen and face trying to wipe it off. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the Day of the Dead, but there's something de muertos. I can't remember the first part. I read Doris Stokes books when I read Doris Stokes books. I'll start that again, shall I? I read Doris Stokes books when I was younger. What are your thoughts on her? And if she's contacted anyone this side. Well, I'm in awe of Doris Stokes because you know what, she stood up when it was really not the thing, and she said, "This is real. You need to pay attention." And she was like, they ridiculed her left, right, and center, and she still went, "No, I'm sticking by this. This is real." Since that, I've had one or two of the Stokes family contact me, telling me that they're really in awe of what I do, and blah blah blah. And I'm very, very grateful. Don't get me wrong. I'm very, very grateful for that. But I've also had another person that referred to themselves as Stokes, who's nothing to do with the family, and was writing coattails of Doris, and that really annoyed me because that's not somebody who wants to do the work. That's somebody who wants to be famous. That's different. And you get those, like cretin king that's on TikTok, who is about as much a medium as my glass of water, and fills people's minds full of absolute total rubbish. I've had so many people come to me asking me, "Is this right? Is that right?" That listen to him, and the guy's a raving lunatic. Okay, muertos. What's the first bit? Dia de los Muertos. Dia de los Muertos. November 2nd. The Day of the Dead. And in Ireland, my grandparents always referred to it as All Hallows Eve, which always scared me actually. If you just said Halloween, I'd been fine with it. But they used to talk about All Hallows Eve. It's amazing. My grandparents used to set the table. I'm not. This is all genuine, okay? They were absolutely, totally in full belief that all of our friends and family who had passed would come back and visit us on All Hallows Eve. So they would set the table with food, and they would leave a pot of tea, and they would set it all out to welcome our departed ones into the home again. When I was a kid, that petrified me. I didn't understand why at the time. Now I do, because I was picking up the energy, wasn't I? I was picking up all the blooming energies that were around. So I didn't know at the time. I was petrified. So, but in Ireland, the All Souls Eve, All Hallows Eve, very, very different. In my grandparents' house, it was very spiritual, very holy, very religious. We would say the full rosary, which took about an hour. Whereas my mum and dad's house, it was all Halloween. It was like hanging toffee apples, people dressing up in masks and having a giggle. So I experienced both ends of the spectrum, really, with that. But it was my mom's favorite holiday of the year, and we always had a great, great, great time. Now, I have never experienced Halloween anywhere like I experienced Halloween in America. You guys know how to celebrate Halloween. We're way behind you. It's just amazing, and I'd love to be. I won't make it this year, but I would love to be in America next year for Halloween. Sue says I love her books. I hope you like my books, young lady. Right, let's have a look. Muertos. Samhain. Kathy's put Samhain. And Samhain. And the Samhain. That's the. Is that? I'm sure I've heard Johanna say that word. I know it means something, but I'm not too sure what it is. Anyway, so where we are, 1:15. Oh my gosh! What, 3/4 of an hour's gone already? Oh, come on! This is going to fly past, and I've only got about an hour and 15 minutes booked out for here. So let's go. You got any questions? More questions for me? Sue, thank you for that question. Yes, I highly regard Doris Stokes, the original Doris Stokes, that is. I'm in massive regard because she paved the way for a lot of today's mediums and psychics. And she took a lot of ridicule. And in learning from her and learning from people like Derek and Colin, I was able to be more sort of in the public eye because of that. Because a lot of people were going, "You're doing what?" So that's Halloween Druid, says Kathy. Oh, gotcha. Well, you probably find it's not just in Druid. You probably find it's Wiccan as well, because my wife's Wiccan, and I'm sure I've heard her say that word. I do take the mickey out of her something chronic though, but it's fun. I mean it with absolute fun. I don't mean it in a derogatory way. She knows that. Yes, she was a pioneer. Yes, she was a pioneer, definitely. So come on, guys. Got any more questions? Do you like this idea of timeout? If you like it, I'll probably make it more permanent. If you don't like it, then we'll just go back to having reach across. So if you like, do you like this idea? Talk to me. Come on, don't just sit and listen. Talk to me. Ask me more things about guides. Ask me more things about angels. Ask me, whatever you want to ask me. Just ask me. Get ahead. If I don't like what you ask me, I'll tell you my own business. I'm with you. Well, it might. Depends on how really personal you get, of course. A lot of people have said to me, not in a group, a lot of people have said to me over time, I notice you don't spend you don't put a lot of personal stuff up on Facebook. That's because Facebook is a tool, nothing else. My personal life is my personal life, and I work really, really hard to keep it that way. How difficult is it to meet your guides the first time? It's not, Sue, because your guides have been with you your entire life. Once you get to meet them, and when I bring you to meet them, there'll be a familiarity feel about it. You'll feel like, oh my god, I feel like I've known you for years. That's because you have, because your guide knew you before you became Sue, so they knew the spiritual person that is you. And then when you were born into the world, they became your guide from that moment. So when you were getting those feelings of turn left, turn right, go for that. Don't go for that. Even though it looks fantastic and everything looks green light, but there's something inside you said, don't do it. Guess who that was? Okay. That was very, very likely your guide. Okay. So when you get to meet them, when I bring you to meet them, you will find a very familiar feel about it. More of a like, oh my gosh, I know you. I knew I'd feel that. So our guides like angels, well, see, it's a very cultural thing. Okay? I'm straight. A lot of cultures believe in guardian angels. A lot of cultures believe that we have a guardian angel. A lot of cultures don't accept the guides, but they do accept angels. So it doesn't matter, really. It doesn't matter or what their outtake of it is. It really doesn't matter. And it's more about your connection with that particular person, with your guides. So, are they like angels? Well, you could say yes. You could say yes because they act the same way. They want to try and keep you safe. They will go out of their way to keep you safe. They will try everything possible to help you get to your goals, but they will not live your life for you. That's not their job. That's your job. Your job is to live life. Their job is to guide you. Okay? Now, we were born with an amazing gift. That amazing gift is free will. So you can choose to act on the guidance that they put in front of you, or you can choose to ignore the difference. The same with angels. Now, angels have a more difficult job because angels can't get involved unless you ask them to be involved. That's the difference. A guide can come in and go, hey, I think you should look at this. Whereas an angel's going, you should look at that, but I can't do anything about it until you say, please help me. That's the difference. Paul, if death is second dimension, how many dimensions are there? I find that right. Okay, Roger. My lifetime of working and investigating and researching and working with guides and working with spirit people who've crossed over have led me to this concept. The concept is there are 7 levels. Okay. Now there are literally seven levels. Now you could call it dimensions if you want. That doesn't fit for me. That doesn't mean I'm right. That just doesn't fit for me. It does not mean I'm not saying I'm right. You should listen to me. Free will come back to life. But there are 7 levels, so you can tell the difference. Right? You've met people, usually children, and these children are wise beyond their years. And there's no saying, "Oh my goodness, that child's been here." You've heard it. Hello, there you go. There's your first indication. So when we're born, the first new soul is born, and they're born into the world, and they're kind of like, okay, I don't understand how this works. So you can tell a new soul a mile away. 90% to 95% of them can be very selfish, and they just don't get it. They just don't, they have no concept of how to help other people through dark time. They're kind of very, it's all about me. That's usually a new soul. So we come into a life, and we are given a set of skills to learn in that life. If we learn all those skills, then we progress up. Okay, so you could come into, let's call them 7 levels. Level 1, you could come into level 1, go through level 1, not learn all the skills, come back, be born back into level 1 again with a different family, and go through it again. You can come in and out of level 1 17 times, 20 times, 100 times. And then you eventually learn all of the skills. You move up to level 2, and you could come into level 2 twice, then move up to level 3. You come into level 3 300 times, then move up, and so on and so forth, right? So each level has a set of skills to be mastered, so to speak. I'm kind of condensing this. And you can always tell a new soul from an old soul. So an old soul will just be they're very at ease with everybody. They have an easy way of communicating with people. They have an understanding and empathy with people and animals and the world. And that gives you a good indication of how further up that level they are. Now, there are so many physical markers now that are proving this point, called reincarnation, where children have come back and go, "You're not really my mom, you're only my mom this time." Or they speak in different languages, they're talking about different things that have happened, there are so many physical markers now proving this point. Now, if you take all of that research and match it with the research of people who have had NDAs, near-death experiences, people who have visited heaven, visited the other world, and you put them all together, there are too many points matching up. Okay? So is dimensional into a spiritual level? I think, now this is only my personal experience and my personal point of view. This doesn't mean I'm right and everybody else is wrong. Okay? I think it's a science world just trying to step in and go, hang on a second, I don't believe in spiritual, so therefore I'll call it dimensional. My mic is breaking up, is it? It shouldn't be. It's top end. Maybe it's because I moved away. Sorry about that. Lisa says, I hear in my head sometimes about. Sorry, I understand now because I stepped away from the mic. The mic's very sensitive. I always listen to my guide, don't know them by name and what they're for, but you will do, Kathy. Don't worry. I'm really looking forward to your session of meeting, guys. Yeah, I'm looking forward to creating that. So going back to Roger's dimensions, they say there's a multi-universe and a multi-dimensional scenario. I don't know how they can prove that. I don't know how they got the research to do that in the first place. I think science has a habit of interacting with spirituality, and when they don't understand it, they give it a name. Human beings have a habit of trying to do that. They have to label everything. Near-death experience. I've thought about that so many times because it's happened to me twice. And that near-death experience can't be near-death. You had to die to go to the other side. So it should be really a DE, isn't it? A death experience. Because it wasn't near. You passed over it. My heart stopped for 8 minutes. Dead. Back. So I just think it's once again, it's not me saying, oh, I am right and everybody else is wrong. That is not what I'm saying. I just say that when the world of science can't explain something, it has to put a label on to what it thinks it's near as. So dimensional beings, dimensional dimensions. I don't know. I've been watching lately a Netflix TV show called Skinwalker Ranch. It's interesting to watch that because what they're doing there is they're crisscrossing science with spiritual. The science aspect is they're talking about the scientific layout of the land physically. They're also talking about interactive with off-world, so alien. And they're also talking about spiritual connections in skinwalkers and actual spirit entities. So they're crisscrossing and they're trying to show that physicality has a connection to reality and science. If you read my book, The Safe Way, I told you that 5 years ago. Lisa Kantau says, sometimes I hear in my head, Lisa, stop that. Something like that. Is that my guide talking to me? Very likely. Very, very likely. Yes. Usually when you be putting yourself down, if you're putting yourself down, I'm not good enough, I'm not good, I can't do it, and your mind kicks in, stop it. You are good enough. That will be usually your guides or a close member of your family who's looking out for you. A lot of people come to me and they go, is my grandmother my guide? Is my grandfather my guide? Is my mom, dad my guide? No. Sorry, I don't want to bust your bubble. I don't want to sound pedantic. I don't want to sound irreverent. But no, because they can't occupy the same place at the same time. It can't be done. So your mom and dad can't have you physically then be your guide. It can't be done. They can, however, become what's referred to as helpers. Okay, so I call upon my parents, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles. I call upon very close friends of mine who told me they'd be working with me when they crossed over to the other side of life. They said, better get your act together because I'm going to be kicking your rear from the other side of life. And I very much, and I know when they're around because they do specific things that we agreed in advance. Like one of my dear friends who passed over called Carol literally said to me, when I get to the other side of life, I will be kicking your rear. I went, go for it. And I will hear the song, Oh Carol, and I know she's close to me. And she is very much about kicking my rear. But they will become my helpers, not my guides. They will become my helpers. They will work with me to work on specific scenarios, and it's always spiritually based. There's a delay in my voice, says Roger. Sorry about that, but I don't think I can really do a lot. I think it's probably internet-based, really, or something to do with this particular company. The company who supplies the software for this is a company called StreamYard. It could be them. Can an entire family all come back to be with the people that were in? Anything's possible, Vanessa. Very unlikely, but it's. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say no because I don't know is the answer. But from what I've seen through 35 years of heavy investigation, no is the answer. It happened to him. It's a native thing, says Roger. Oh, yeah, I agree. That is a great show. I find that scientific community is trying to acknowledge that there is things that can't be explained. Yeah, but the only thing that I've enjoyed it. I've watched 3 series, 3 whatever you guys call them in the United States. But I've watched 3 series. I just think they just tend to go over the same thing over and over rather than getting to a point. They act on caution, fair enough, but they let the caution dictate how they're going to be, and sometimes you got to step outside that cautious route, go head in. Okay, are you guys enjoying this show? Please, let me know if you're enjoying taking the time out with Paul Francis. This is something I really, really enjoy. I enjoy a chat. I enjoy. I find that I teach better when I'm doing it in an interactive way. You know, more of a just a chat rather than standing at the head of a classroom with the chalkboard. You know, definitively focused. If you're enjoying the show, please give me some feedback. I know we're having, by the looks of things, some technical issues, but not a huge amount I can do about that, to be honest with you. I'm just going to go back into the studio here and see, is everything okay? Seems to be. It seems to be. So you time it, make sure that you're part of that. student. You're a good teacher. So, oh, bless your heart. Thanks. That's really kind of you to say that. Thank you. I like what I can do here. You can see the bottom of the screen. That's really, really cool. It used to be where stats could mix with spiritual and religious ideas. One of people. The Illuminati, yeah. Let's try to change that. Oh, you're right. Illuminati was, well, basically the church within the life science to progress. The Illuminati went to the church. Great learning session and confirming my all beliefs. Thank you very much, Mary. It seems to be working much better than I think. It could be just a glitch in the entire system. You gotta remember everything is coming. Basically, we have a TV studio in our house now, whereas the TV people have huge studios, monster kilowatt systems pump out their entire show out into the world, whereas we don't. We're doing it all via a couple of cameras, some lights, microphones, some sound cards, computers. It is fantastic. We've got that ability now. It's an amazing thing that we've got that ability now, to be honest. But until it becomes, much more streamlined, it's going to be a few glitches. We've got about 15 minutes left, guys. So if you've got any more questions, please put them to me now. About 15 minutes left. I like this format. It's like Roger's Mugs for You. Where it's a conversation. Yeah. Like that. So I don't want to take away from Roger's This Mug for You. That's Roger's show. It's a fantastic show, and I love it when I get the opportunity. Even though, like for example, last Saturday I was in the city, and the odd 5 minutes I got, I quickly hooked on my cell phone and had a look at what where I could, but I couldn't interact because as soon as I started speaking to you guys, you'd want to speak back, and I wasn't able to talk back, and it looked like I was ignoring you, which is not the case. I just happened to be in the city, I wasn't able to take the time out. I'm looking a little bit red today, though. You should notice that because it was in the sun today, which is. Oh, by the way, the picture that you saw on my Facebook today, that's where we're moving to. Lovely, huh? So, have you got any more questions, guys? Because I'm running out of time. We've got about 10 minutes left, so I can't answer your question. I want to give you full answers. If you got any more questions, please share. Please. So we'll be back on Monday night, but let's look at the lineup of shows. Okay, so Friday night tonight, Saturday, tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the United States, you're going to have This Mugs for You with Roger and Faye. Make sure that you go into that show and follow it and support it and share it. UK time, and we're at 4 o'clock our time, again, for Roger's This Mugs for You. Sunday, we've all got off. Monday, I'll be back here at 7:30 for Reach Across, and we'll do reads and cards and everything else. And if you've enjoyed this show, maybe I will bring it back more often, like once a week. And then once we've got into the new house and new studios, then Roger and I have been talking about doing a radio show. So can you put the link for Roger's shows? Well, Roger puts his links up, darling, himself. So if you look for Roger Garza Senior, and you'll see his pictures just at the top there, and request a friendship. So when Roger goes live, you'll get it, and he'll send it to you. But tomorrow, if you can't see it soon, just say to me, have you got Roger's link, and then I'll try and copy and send it to you. Alrighty. But Roger puts them up all over Facebook, and you'll be able to link on and have a good time with Roger's show. But if you don't get it and you're stuck, just let me know, and I will try and copy and paste it and send it over to you. So, one of my favorite things is that when we move into the autumn or the fall, if you're in America, is the skies become a little bit clearer because it's colder. The skies become a little bit, clearer, and we get the opportunity to see more and more stars. And I'm a stargazer; I love it. So every single night, without fail, every night, I will go out, usually with the dog, usually with me and Holly will go out for a wee walk, and without fail, I will see something. I will see an anomaly in the sky every single night, without fail. The only nights that, on the odd occasion, that I don't see anything in the skies is a night when there's too much cloud. When it's a clear night, I will see something, be it a satellite, be it a shooting star, be it a meteor, or be it something just like that. But I will definitely see something. So, have you guys got anything more to say to me tonight? Soda water. There's Kathy and Lisa both sharing the link there soon. I love this community. I love you guys. You're you're the kind of people I want to be around. Sharing, linking, and I love that. Thank you for being that way. Thank you for being you. Right. Well, if you guys have got nothing more for me, we could pretty much call it a day. By 5 more minutes. This mug is for you, and also known as Silly Saturdays. I like that. I like that too. Do you do star signs? Do you think right, okay. What a great question, Vanessa. Do star signs really affect our personalities? Right. There are two answers to this. Okay, there is the spiritual answer, being that an astrologer, a proper trained astrologer, can show you how it's affecting you. Okay, through very intense charts and very intense and very focused ways of how things work, and they can show you literally how the stars lead you to a certain point in your life. I have found the same thing with numerology. Now, then you have star signs in tabloids. People will say to you, yeah, but hang on a second, that actually happened to me. I read this here last week. This week, guess what happened? Okay. I have taught you guys for many years. I've taught you the law of attraction. I've taught you over and over and over again. If your mind is focused on something that you know you're going to get, you will get it because your mind is focused on it. Because you have a conscious and a subconscious mind. Now, your subconscious mind doesn't switch off. Right? It's constantly working in the background. Your primary mind, the one you're using right now, listens, establishes and pigeonholes data and puts thoughts in place, counteractive thoughts, and so on and so forth. But your conscious data takes it all in. Now, such and such newspaper says in your star sign that you will come into money by the 26th of September. On the 26th of September, your subconscious mind is looking for this money, and you find $5 inside of yours. Somebody gives you $10 or something, and you go, "Ah, look! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!" If I take you a week previous and say, "Tell me honestly what you think that means," that your mind will go, "I'm going to win the lottery." Reality was, you were looking to receive money, and the first thing you actually that you got to receive the money, your mind said, "Oh my God, these stars are right." Now, basically, the answer to that is: do the stars might affect our lives and personalities? Yes, if you allow, if you wanted to happen, but that's the only how it'll happen. It will only affect you if you specifically allow it to. But that's a great question, Vanessa, and thank you very much for that question. I really appreciate it. So, we got 4 minutes left, and then I'm going to go and join my family for dinner. So that's why I got to be kind of like, right, guys, see you later, kind of thing. All of the people in our world that we are connected to, our friends and family, all of you who have got illnesses and suffering with loss, please understand that you are definitely on my healing list. I'm sending out healing to you right now as we speak. I'm sending out thoughts of get well and thoughts of you will overcome this. Know that you're receiving this and be open to receiving this energy. You're going to receive this energy from both my guides, all the angels, and your guides. Kathy says, bye, Paul. Great show. Thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking the time out to come and join it. So maybe we'll look at bringing time out back on Thursday. Because Thursday I've usually got a very relaxed day. Although that being said, oh, by the way, those of you who wanted to book one-to-ones, I have some spaces free next week. I've got some spaces free next week if you want to book one-to-one. And I'm doing one-to-one like this. Okay. Mary says, but you can rewind and watch Mary. But I'll be back Monday night. But don't forget as well, Mary, you've got Roger and Faye tomorrow. Okay. So make sure you come and join the Blood for You, Latino Psychic Visions tomorrow. But I'll be back Monday night at 7:30. So until then, have a fantastic weekend. Don't forget, take time out just for you. Take time out for yourself. Have a chat. Connect with a friend. Connect with a loved one. Connect with a family member. Although that should be all of those linked into one. Hope to catch you Monday. This is Lisa. Thank you very much. Have a fun weekend. You too, my darling. Great show. Love to all. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow. Then this much for you. Yes, definitely. Be safe. Look out for each other, but look out for yourself. Take time out every day just for you. Okay. Thanks for being here tonight. I will see you on Roger's show tomorrow. All being well. But if I miss you tomorrow, then I will see you on Monday night at 7:30. Stay well. Stay safe. God bless.